Did you see that most recent thing about the Georgia elections?
No.
Oh, it's kind of crazy. They found a ton of, well, I don't want to put it. Let me pause for a second when I find this. Well, they were saying that 315,000 early votes lacked the poll workers' signatures.
We don't dispute the allegation.
Right. So if that's true, they admit that 315,000 votes lacked poll workers' signatures, and they were counted in 2020. I don't think that's legal. Let's put that into perplexity. Is that legal? Like, if that's true, is that legal? And should those votes have counted? So, because here's where it gets crazy. Trump lost to Biden in Georgia by, I think it was 11,000 votes.
Yeah, I read though that they'd already done a hand count of these votes because this has been disputed for the last 5 years. You know.
So what does that mean? They did a hand count of the votes. The thing is, it doesn't have the poll signature, right?
I'm just saying that's separate from the polls. I don't even know what that means.
But what the accusation, at least, is that 315,000 lacked. So put the tweet up again so we can read the accusation. It says 315,000 early votes that lacked poll workers' signatures. So, yeah, a poll worker is supposed to sign every one of them, right?
I was trying to read into what this means. There's something like each day when they use the machine, they have to like zero out the machine to make sure it's starting at 0. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the day, you got to sign off on what it says. So someone counted them or something like that. And they don't have evidence because there wasn't anything being signed that this even started at 0. They could have had their sample tally still on there from their practicing the machines to make sure they counted right. There's a lot of discrepancies on what that could have meant. I think it's a chain of custody issue. I don't know, again, what that means specifically to this particular
So
case.
it could mean many things. And one of the things that it could mean is that 315,000 early votes were bullshit.
They also don't know who voted for who in those 315,000
Right.
votes.
I bet if we tallied those up.
That's right. I think I was reading into these tweets. Some people were like, this is nonsense because they've already gone back and counted them all. But people are fighting with those people.
The problem is when you ask Trump about it, like when I had him on the podcast, I'm like, you think they stole the 2020 election? Like, tell me what's the evidence?
He didn't.
Well, he might not have remembered. He might have just said, "Tell me what they did," and like had somebody work on it, and then they told him, and then he starts talking about it, but he didn't really go in depth about it. I don't know, but he didn't have a satisfactory answer.
No, he didn't. I was hoping he did.
I was hoping he did too. Like,
I was hoping that he would have said they stole it through, like, propaganda and shit, or like what happened in those years.
Certainly,
and instead it was just down to like he thought
meddling.
Like voter fraud and like which I'm sure there was some, but it was like you could have had an argument with what happened in 2020 and leading up to it.
Yeah, you could definitely have a thing where you see with the FBI and the Twitter files and all that shit with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Yeah, but he didn't even bring that up.
Yeah, I should have brought that up. Georgia officials and complaints agree that failing to obtain required poll worker signatures on the tabulator tapes for roughly 315,000 early vote ballots in Fulton County was a violation of Georgia election procedure law, i.e. it was not done in compliance with the statute. That does not automatically mean individual voters did anything wrong or that their ballots are criminally illegal, but it does mean the county certification process for those votes did not follow the state legal requirements. So those are not supposed to have been counted? Is that what they're saying? Because it didn't follow the requirements? That's what they're saying. So it said, scroll back up again so I can hear. So it says poll workers must also print and sign 0 tapes at the start of voting to show machines begin at 0, and these signed tapes serve as the official certification that reported totals from the scanner are authentic. That's what they require. So they require people to do that. So maybe someone didn't do that, what they were required. That's a possibility.
I think 36 did.
36 of 37 advanced voting precincts in Fulton County had failed to sign the tabulation tapes, including that the county violated official election record document processes required by statute. The voting precincts, put this in, that failed to sign the tabulation tapes, were they predominantly Republican or Democrat?
Just Google Fulton County, click images.
Yeah, I mean, I think that answer.
I think you know. What do you think?
I don't know. Well, I mean, if the Republicans are complaining about it, it's obviously a Democrat.
Right,
County.
for sure. Specific 36 to 37 advanced voting locations with unsigned tapes are not publicly broken out by party, but Fulton County as a whole is strongly Democratic. And its advanced early vote totals in 2020 were overwhelmingly Democratic. In other words, those affected advanced voting sites would be expected to be predominantly Democrat in their results, not Republican. Weird that 36 out of 37 that have unsigned tapes are strong Democratic, and that there's 315,000 votes that aren't supposed to be there. They didn't sign for but it's okay. Don't worry about it. We just forgot to tally.
Fuck it.
We forgot to tally. Whoopsies. We were so busy making sure we saved democracy that we forgot to tally.
They saved it. It was fucking good 4 years.
What a great move, though. If they really did steal the election, like, wow. Is that the first time anyone's ever done it? I don't know if they did it. I'm not saying they did it, but I'm saying if they did do it, like, what a great movie that would be.
There's no way.
A bunch of fucking pink-haired dorks who really do hijack the system. And they're
good for them.
In the fucking back rooms, like, licking envelopes and sealing mail-in ballots.
Hey, I asked the thing I read, and it says that they were both hand-counted and fully audited. After the fact. I asked if after they had found a problem in certification, and it says that they did.
Hand counted and fully audited after the fact.
There's no way the people that didn't sign are the ones making sure to tell everyone it was hand counted, right?
It says hand counted, but then recounted by machine.
No, we counted.
And those processes included Fulton, even though the later issue about unsigned early voting tapes was not corrected by a new post-2024 hand count. Wait a minute, what does that mean? Was the issue about unsigned early voting tapes was not corrected by a new post-2024 hand count?
I don't know. That's where I guess this is a weird. I don't know what any of this stuff means, to be honest with you.
Yeah, what does that mean? That's what's confusing. I'm like, was there 315 weird votes or not? Because that is the main right wing. I bet if you went on Truth Social and asked them how did they steal the election, they'd fucking. I bet you can't get banned from Truth Social, right? You probably can't get banned.
Maybe you say something liberal.